Alright, so who's ready to get back into things? We gotta track down Cute Girl and Garbage Goblin. Yesterday was a little bad, not gonna lie. Yesterday, things got a little out of hand. Things are maybe what you would call a little dire right now. But I'm sure, as After 5 so graciously pointed out earlier, things are gonna be okay. So let's just go ahead, dive back into the good times at Higurashi High. Who's ready? I saw a ceiling I was familiar with. Oh, familiar ceiling. There's that Evangelion reference. Though I was groggy from sleep, I did notice that I was in my futon like I was every morning. I looked at my clock, and despite having turned in so late last night, I had awoken at precisely the same moment I always did. I'm so low on sleep, but I guess you really can't get up at the same time every day. The secrets of the human body never cease to amaze me. If I went back to sleep like this, I would definitely not be waking up again. I spurred myself on and slipped out of my futon. Mom asked me about last night at breakfast. Apparently, we two had gotten a call asking if we knew where Rika-chan and Satoko were, and Mom vaguely understood that something serious was happening.
昨夜はお友達とみんなで夜遅くまで探してたの?
3時くらいまでかな。うん。
結局見つかったの? そのリカちゃんとサトコちゃんは。
I weakly bit into my toast. It really didn't have any taste. Ding dong bing bong! A body has been discovered! Just then we heard the chime go ding dong. I looked up at the clock and saw that it was about 5 minutes past my regular meeting time with Rena. It was her at the door. Hey!
Ohayo.
Hey, how's it going?
少しは眠れたかな
何時間寝れたんだろうな。多分鶏の足でも数えられるくらいだと思う。
Rena seemed pretty sleep deprived as well. There was something missing from her usual spirit.
行くか。
その方がね、きっといいと思うの。
She said, smiling, albeit stiffly. Rena was probably worrying her heart out about those two as well. Even so, she wanted to go to school.
今日お休みしたら、きっとケイチ君は病んで寝込んじゃうと思う。
No, we could go out and look for them more if we stay home from school. I think that's the smart play here.
私、そんなの嫌だから。だから、一緒に学校に行こう。
わかった。ちょっと待っててくれ。すぐ支度するから。
I was just a little bit happy that Rena mustering that much consideration for me. We went to the place where we'd usually meet up with Mion, but she was nowhere to be found. We must be a little late today, so we thought she'd be waiting for us.
みーちゃん、さすがに今日は起きられないかもね。
あ、そうか。あいつにとっては昨日だけじゃないんだよな。一昨日の晩も村長さんを探して徹夜してるんだよな。
Rena's doing her best. She is making the best of a terrible situation. She is trying to keep our spirits up as well as her own. There's a lot of trying to convince herself here, I think. We waited for a bit. Time passed until it got to the point where it was okay for us to go on alone, and we exchanged
どうする?
glances.
もう少し待つか?
At that point, my brain, which had finally been woken up by the morning air, recalled an ominous words Oishi-san had left me with last night. The leaders of the three families were disappearing one after the other, and next, that might be the Sonozaki's leader. Could Mion have... No, that couldn't be. Let's not think like that. Let's not think like that. Let's stay positive.
今日は寝かせておいてあげようよ。
Rena gave me a pat on the
Mion.
back.
本当にいるよな。
何か言ったかな。
あ、いや、独り言。行こうぜ。
The two of us headed to school by ourselves. On the way, we saw a bunch of classmates accompanied by their parents. It even looked like some of them were being taken to school by car. Surprisingly, the principal was also standing watch at the school gate. I'd never seen that
おはようご
before.
ざいます。
おはようございます。
The principal was bowing to our classmates' guardians. The wooden sword leaning next to him as well was a little
前
ominous.
原君、おはよう。竜宮君、おはよ
おはようございます。
う。先生から大切なお話があるから、すぐに教室に入るように。
Oh man, they're real good at making these bad moments feel real bad and awkward, huh? We are coming to school. 2 of our friends are missing. Another one might be missing. It just gives you that weird feeling, like when you, like there's a moment at the end of Trails of Cold Steel where you get a pit in the pit. You know, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like uh-oh, something's happening, huh?
いいかね。
And this game has been really good at evoking that. Rena and I said nothing. The madness that only existed at night had finally crawled out into the sunlight. That's what it felt like. That very specific door opened. Yep. Yeah, something is happening, and it's not because of the tacos from 2 hours ago. The hushed conversations that had been spreading for a while now all disappeared like an illusion the moment our teacher walked through the door. Silence dominated the classroom. The principal came in with our teacher as well. This was clearly not a normal morning.
まず、校長先生から大切なお話があります。校長先生、どうぞ。
The principal cleared his throat and approached the
もう
dais.
知っている生徒もおるだろう。
The classroom was dead silent. Everyone was staring at Rika-chan and Sotoko's empty seats. The principal briefly and simply declared that Rika-chan and Sotoko had gone missing. There wasn't a single person in the classroom who didn't already know. There seemed to be many, however, who couldn't accept it as the truth. It had been confirmed to them now by the principal's words. There were sobs throughout the classroom, and I heard a kid crying. They steadily spread throughout the whole room. The big-hearted principal wasn't able to keep his cool either.
はい、皆さん注目注目。今日から当分の間、登下校は保護者の方と一緒に行います。保護者の方の都合がつきにくい生徒は集団での登下校とします。
Hoo boy.
プリントを作りましたので、よく読み、保護者の方にも必ず見せてください。いいですね。
The teacher's voice was a little abrasive. Not even she could conceal the strain she felt from this unprecedented, abnormal situation. They should have just canceled school today. However, Rena told me that the school was also like a nursery for the students whose parents both worked. So some of them wouldn't want school to be
で
canceled.
は授業を始めます。委員長はお休みですね。では日直号令起立。
The feeling of wanting to maintain an everyday atmosphere, even if only in school, precisely because our lives had been messed up, was something that I agreed with at this point. As for the teacher who always had her lunch in the staff lounge, she ate in the classroom today. I had to laugh at her curry bento, which was just a rumor until now, but there was nobody to laugh with me. Rena brought her chair and lunch over to my seat. Today, it was only the 2 of us. The fact that we didn't need to drag any other desks over was sad.
眠いね。
ああ、でももうそんなに気にならなくなったよ。むしろ今寝れるくらいのずぶとい神経が羨ましい。
そうかもね。
I was sleepy this morning, but my drowsiness had dissipated after coming to school and constantly feeling the incredible tension. Rena's bento box didn't have the usual luster. That was to be expected. Rena was up for a long time last night too. She wouldn't have had time to make her lunch beforehand, since it's not like she would have gotten up early this
遠慮なく
morning.
つっつけよ。今日は素直に俺の弁当の方が立派なのを認めろ。
じゃあ遠慮なくいただくね。ああ、しそチーズのちくわ巻きなんて面白いな。
レナのだって今日のはレトルトだろうけどなかなかうまいぞ。
I realized the two of us were desperately trying to brighten the afternoon mood to its usual level as much as we could. I looked around the classroom, and it seemed like we were the only ones trying to do so, surrounded as we were by gloominess.
こうして二人だけでお弁当をつつき合ってると、なんだかだよね。は
Oh, this girl thinks it's a date. She thinks it's a date. Our laughter grew quieter. I was the first one to mess
ごめ
up.
ん。悪かった。
いいよ。
Boy, everyone's just trying to power through this, huh? They're just like,
仕方ないよ。
yeah, let's do our best here. It's not working. It ain't working. Let's just fucking be sad. Our chopsticks both stopped moving. We couldn't keep it up anymore.
リカちゃんとサトコ、どこに行ったんだろうな。
Those words might have sounded too miserable. Everyone was thinking it, using roundabout ways to address the topic, but I came right out and just said it. I heard Rena catch her breath.
昨日ね、ケイチ君がいなくなってる間にいろいろと話を聞いてたから。
昨べはすまなかった。頼む。
At the time, since they had arrived for support, Rena was helping the Ladies' Society cook the miso soup we'd had. They reported all the information the villagers had gathered, and Rena said she overheard it.
結局何もわからなかったんだろう。学校が終わってから家に帰って、二人で自転車に乗ってどこかへ行ったらしいということ以外は全く。
Miona told me yesterday. We had no clues.
警察の人も家に帰ってからすぐに自転車で遊びに行ったんだろうって言ってる。家に帰ってからすぐに自転車で遊びに行くところと言ったら町かもしれないでしょ。だから沖宮の町でいなくなったんじゃないかって結論になってるみたい。警察は明るくなってから捜査範囲を沖宮にも広げるって言ってた。
In town. It makes sense why we couldn't find them even though we searched all of Hinamizawa then. Still, something didn't fit. I had no basis for thinking that, just a gut feeling. I revealed something to Rika-chan and was likely very important to her that day. Then, Rika-chan had told me to leave it to her. And then, what did she say? Alright, if she didn't work hard, then something bad might happen to the dog too, I think. With all this talk of dogs and cats, I still didn't have the faintest idea what she really meant, but it might have been Rika-chan's way of saying this was a race against time. Damn it! I'd selfishly pushed my anxiety on Rika-chan and tried to run away. When I thought about it, I shouldn't have run back then. I should have asked her more about the dogs and cats. The more I think back on it, I really screwed up. Be sure to ask your parents about the dogs and cats when you are old enough. I'm sure they'll give you the lowdown on the dogs and the cats. Anyway, I don't think Rika-chan was in a situation where she would just go off to play somewhere. Of course, I didn't have any evidence or conviction to base that on. It was just a hunch.
町なんかに行くわけないと思うんだ。
ケイチ君もそう思う？レナもそう思うよ。リカちゃんもサトコちゃんもひなみ沢でいなくなったに違いないの。
I looked back at Rena, startled. I could hear the conviction in those words. Without replying to my gaze, she took her bento box and went to the hallway.
お弁当箱を洗ってくるね。
She timed that in a way that broke off the conversation. Suddenly, I got the feeling that the next thing she had to say would be hard to say aloud in the classroom. I hurriedly grabbed my bento box and followed her. Rena didn't go to the kitchenette, but rather to the water fountains out back where the students seldom went. Secret meeting! We're having a secret meeting! The water flowed down into the bento boxes. During that time, Rena didn't say a word. Then, after making sure there were no other students around, she finally opened her mouth to speak.
リカちゃんとサトコちゃんが町に遊びに行っていなくなったなんて。なんだか腑に落ちなくて。私なりにいろいろ聞いたり調べたりしたの。
聞いた？何を？
婦人会のおばさんたちにいろいろ。 昨日のお味噌汁、お豆腐がいっぱい入ってたでしょ。富田豆腐店のおばあちゃんも来てたの。
The Tomita Tofu Shop. Oh, I remember. There was one of the stores on the road leading to the hospital. Those huge lumps of tofu dancing in the bathtub like Kristen always looked so nice and refreshing.
おばあちゃんね、昨日学校の帰り道にさとこちゃんがお店に寄ってお豆腐を買っていったのを覚えてたの。
豆腐？学校の帰り道にだろ。それが何か手がかりになるのか？
いいから聞いて。リカちゃんの家に行った時のこと覚えてるかな。
Rena stepped away from the sinks and spread her arms wide to recreate the space of Rika-chan's room.
ガス台にお鍋がかけてあって、その中にお味噌汁が入ってたの。中にはお豆腐が多分一丁の半分くらい入ってたと思う。残りの半分は冷蔵庫の中にあったの。冷ややっこにするつもりだったんだね。お皿に開けてラップがかけてあった。
As Rena explained, she walked around as if she were really going through
で
Rika-chan's
もレナ、
room.
それが何だって言うんだ？
ケイチくん、お味噌汁のお豆腐って本当に最後の最後に入れるんだよ。つまりお料理してたリカちゃんか、もしくはさとこちゃんはお夕飯の時間の直前まであそこに立って料理をしていたことになるの。
夕食の時間の直前まで？
Wasn't everyone saying that their bikes weren't around, so they must have gone somewhere to play by themselves?
三角コーナーのゴミを見たらすごく不吉祥だった。食事やお弁当はほとんどリカちゃんが作ってるんだけど、たまにね、さとこちゃんがすることもあるの。だからその晩はさとこちゃんがお料理したんだね。
それってつまりサトコに関しては遊びに行かず夕食の準備をしてたってことなのか？
うん。それで私、炊飯釜も見てみたの。炊飯釜には2人分のご飯が炊けていた。
ってことは2人分の夕飯は作ったけど2人とも夕飯は食べなかった。そういうことか。
Rena nodded.
それで次に冷蔵庫の中も見てみたの。そうしたら残り半分のお豆腐で作った冷ややっこがあったの。それだけじゃない。お夕飯用に作ったおかずも何皿かあって、それらにはみんなラップがされていた。
You usually plastic wrap things so you don't have leftovers for the next, so you can have leftovers for the next day. My mom does it all the time too, using them in breakfast or lunch.
そう。ラップって食べ残しとかを取っておくためにするものだよね。冷蔵庫に入れたということは、少なくともその晩のうちには食べないつもりだったということ。
そういうことになるのか？
ケイチくん、もっとよく考えて。お夕飯を全く手つけずでラップしてあったんだよ。どういうことだと思う？
じゃあ夕食を食べる必要がなくなったわけだ。
And why wouldn't they need to eat dinner any longer?
外食とか出前とかで。
それも突然にね。前もって決まっていたらお料理なんかしない。そしてお夕食は2人分用意されていた。つまりさとこちゃんは2人で食事ができると本当に直前までそう思って料理をしていたということなの。
じゃあ2人で遊びに行っていなくなったというのは間違いじゃないか。
そう。つまりいなくなったのはお夕飯ができて夕食に至るまでの本当にわずかな時間。多分7時頃くらい。
そんな時間に食事もせずに2人はどこへ行ったんだ？
当然そこに行き着くよね。ケイチくん、覚えてるかな？折りたたみ机が置いてあって、その上にお醤油や箸立てなんかが置いてあったの。
Yo, John! Hope you are feeling well. No, you seem to be a little under the weather earlier. Hope you're feeling okay. We're just sort of like going over in detective mode now what we noticed while we were at Rika's house last night. And Rena's playing detective. She is making some very fine deductions right now, and she's kind of given us a time frame of when this happened at least. So she got a good head on her shoulders for all this. We've got a regular Kyoko Kirigiri here. There might have been something like that. I didn't remember.
お醤油の小瓶ね。
The container for the soy sauce
空っぽだったの。
was empty.
もう一滴も入ってなかった。これじゃあ冷ややっこは美味しくないよね。だから私、流しの下にある醤油の大瓶を探してみたの。
よくそんなところにあるって知ってるな。
私もリカちゃんの家に行ってお料理したことあったから。
Oh, I mean, come on. What route isn't Rena good in, John? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Rena cleared her throat, her face returning to a serious expression.
でね、流しの下を開けてみたら、醤油の大瓶が瓶ごとなかったの。
The big bottle of soy sauce is missing. Yeah, she's very smart in this chapter.
醤
Absolutely.
油の大瓶がないとどういう意味になるんだ？
She's just very observant. And I think that that's something they stick the landing on in later chapters as well, is that she's very observant. So it's kind of like hyper at the center stage in this chapter, but I think it's something they stick the rest of the time too.
ここから先は全部レナの想像だからね。だから最後まで口を挟まずに聞いていてね。
When Rena tells you to shut your fucking mouth, you shut your fucking mouth. Last night, Satoko was making dinner like normal. Rika-chan usually watched TV until the food was ready, so she was probably laying down watching a variety show or something. Satoko put the tofu in the miso soup, and right when dinner was about to be ready, she noticed they were out of soy sauce. So Rika-chan, who had nothing to do, brought a big bottle of soy sauce to a neighbor's house to borrow theirs.
俺ご近所付き合いってよくわからないんだが、
And then they had cake!
醤油なんかって分けてもらえるものなのか？
うん。ひなみ沢ではそんなに珍しいことじゃないよ。
Everybody loves everybody in Hinamizawa, so Rika-chan rode her bike out to get some soy sauce. No matter how long Satoko-chan waited, though, Rika-chan didn't come back. So then Satoko-chan called up the house where Rika-chan was going. Would Rika happen to be imposing on you? Something like that. Then the other person must have replied with something
う
like
ちに
this.
食事の用意があるから、さとこちゃんもいらっしゃい。リカちゃんはもう食べてるよって。きっとそんな感じで呼び出したんだと思う。
Satoko called Rika a few names in private and wrapped up the dinner she had. Wow! She literally fucking cursed Rika out! God damn! I knew you were a fucking garbage goblin, but Jesus! Rika did nothing to deserve your ire. She puts up with your shit. She lives with you and puts up with your shit! She put it in the fridge so she could use it for breakfast and lunch the next day. Then Satoko got on her bike too and headed to the house where Rika-chan was.
でもすでにこの時点でおかしいの。食事ってね、突然やってきた人に振る舞えるほど多めに作るものじゃないんだよ。
A veteran housewife would never normally make so much food that she could feed 2 extra
た
people.
またま偶然作りすぎたことだって考えられるだろう。
それでも絶対に考えられない。
Rena flatly denied me.
だってリカちゃんはさとこちゃんが頑張って作ったお夕飯がもうできてることを知ってるんだよ。どんなにお夕飯を勧められたってさとこちゃんのお夕飯を無駄にするようなことをするわけがない。
This was all only circumstantial evidence as Rena's guesswork. Even so, it was all extremely convincing. It was the only ray of hope we had to topple this situation bereft of clues.
じゃあレナ、 リカちゃんはどこへ醤油をもらいに行ったんだ？
That was the heart of it. It would have to be somewhere she'd be comfortable with asking for soy sauce, and somewhere Satoko wouldn't think it was suspicious that she had been invited to dinner. So who was it? Rena slowly shook her head.
レナの推理はここまで。
You can't leave me hanging like that.
あくまでも想像だからね。警察の人とかには内緒にしておいてね。
Don't talk to the police.
隠すことはないんじゃないか？仮に半分しか会ってないとしても、きっとヒントにはなると思うぞ。
ケイチ君、これってひなみ沢の人を疑うって意味だよ。確信もないのに村の人を疑えない。
I saw a few girls coming over to rinse out their bento boxes. Rena cut the conversation short there and returned to the classroom. I stayed here alone, my body bathed in the lively voices of the cicadas. Let's think about this. In my own way, Rena had barely any information to go on, and yet she'd reasoned out that much. So there should be something that only I, who knew far more than Rena did, could deduce. Oishi-san said that last night too, but this incident was definitely occurring within Hinamizawa. Rena might not have wanted to believe it, but it's basically a given that the culprit is somewhere from the village. The trigger for everything was when the four of us trespassed in the forbidden storehouse. Somebody saw us going in there. For the culprits, breaking the taboo was a crime punishable by death. So that night, Tomitake-san and Takano-san were sacrificed. There were two left. Shion and myself. However, before the culprits bore their fangs on Shion and me, they went after the mayor, whom Shion had confessed her sin. Next, they went after Rika-chan, whom I'd confessed my sin. Then what about Satoko? Just a stray bullet? By itself, Rika-chan being sacrificed after I'd told her everything was mortifying. But Satoko, who was sacrificed for no reason, wasn't that all the more regrettable? Everything was my fault. Who would be the next to disappear? Would it be Shion and me next time? Why? Why weren't the culprits going for Shion and me right away, though? If they had enough power to erase the mayor and Rika-chan, why not just get rid of Shion and me? If they had went for us, well, I wouldn't like it, but I could still tolerate it. What I couldn't forgive was them getting rid of those we'd confessed to. Now that I think of it, yesterday Shion said something alarming. She felt like someone was watching her. So then, was someone watching me as well? Strangely, though, I hadn't felt anything like that until now. Even though I'm the root cause of everything, I had never once had that impression. Maybe that was simply because Shion was more cautious than me, and I was just careless. That's another story, though. Let's get back on track. Why weren't the culprits going after Shion and me? I felt like that's where the key to this lay. Could it be... Was I making a big assumption that I shouldn't have been? I thought and couldn't come up with an answer. The one thing I understood was that I was a concerned party to this case, and that I had a duty to watch over it until everything got resolved. I heard the ring of the bell declaring the end of lunch break. Would somebody else disappear tonight? If nobody else did, then I wanted them to get rid of me tonight for sure, and then put an end to all this. Shion's hysterical voice on the phone last night came back to my mind. They planned to murder those close to us first, make us miserable as possible, only then would they kill us.
前原君、昼休みは終わりであるぞ。教室に戻りなさい。
At the principal's urging, I returned to the classroom, which was quiet as the streets at night. There were a lot of parents picking up their children after school. It was just like kindergarten. The students whose parents didn't come went home as a group. We left school with everyone else, following the assigned route. Even while leaving, nobody said anything funny. They all looked exhausted. They all looked like exhausted mountaineers silently marching through the mountains. As we went, one left, then another, and in the end, it was just Rena and me. I was supposed to escort Rena all the way to her house, but she
本当に
declined.
いいのか？一人じゃ不用心だぞ。
レナを送った後、一人で帰るケイイチくんだって同じくらい不用心だよ。まだ明るいんだもの。
Okay, you come home with me, we hang out till my parents get home, have my dad take you home. There you go. Boom. Nobody has to go and be alone in a very scary situation right now.
大丈夫。
そうか。じゃあ気をつけてな。
あれ警察の人じゃないかな。
Oh no! Our day is about to get worse! Rena pointed towards my house. Rena, I'm going to your house. Can I go to your house? This is terrible. I want to go to your house. Your house probably doesn't have a police guy there. There was a car stopped in front of it. Oh, from out of the car came this guy. Rena versus Oishi. Let's go. I'm putting my money on Oishi. No, I'm not. What am I saying? Why did I say that? I'm putting my money on Rena. Jesus H. Christ. Hello, this guy. From out of the car came Oishi-san. He must have been waiting for my return to ambush me. Oishi-san started walking over wearing a grin.
レナはもう行きな。
Yeah, I know. I was confused too. My words don't come out right sometimes, John. You know this. Always trust the cutie.
あいつに絡まれると長い。
でもどうして警察の人がケイイチくんに用があるんだろう。
Always protect that smile. Rena is a good person. Even when I made a fuss over Rika-chan's disappearance, she never asked me why I did. She could have been suspecting me ever since then, and it would have been okay. Even so, she still hadn't asked me anything. She didn't try and pressure me into revealing the
俺
truth.
は犯人じゃない。
そんなの知ってるよ。
でも事件に何の関わりもないとは言い切れない。
He's finally saying it. Rena simply listened, smiling like she always did. Even though I had insinuated that I was related to the incident, she didn't look at me as though she was looking at something dirty.
今度話すよ。
待ってるね。
じゃあ早く行きな。
Rena gave me a slight bow and trotted away, leaving me alone with Oishi-san, who walked over. Hello! Domo. That's what I call him, Officer Domo.
おかえりなさい、前原さん。
どうも。
ご家族はお留守みたいですね。いやはや困っていたんですよ。
Oh, damn it. I got you.
Nipa.
There you go. Enjoy. I've been exceptionally nice with these. They've been 4,200 for the last 3 days. They got to go back to 69 at some point. Skin is clearing, crops are flourishing. He came all the way to my house. I could only thank my good fortune that my parents were absent. Since neither of them were around this hour, they would probably be
親父の
back
仕事の
late.
関係で出かけてるんだと思います。帰りは遅いと思いますよ。
そうですか。それは好都合です。親御さんに変な思いをさせずに済みます。
Oishi-san pushed my back, prompting me to walk. It seemed like he wanted me to get in the car.
警察に連行するんですか？
I wasn't the culprit, but I was the cause of everything. It wouldn't be weird if he wanted to investigate me. That kind of gave me a resigned feeling.
いえ、立ち話もなんですから、車の中でお話ししようってだけですよ。
He's all, I've got air conditioning. Do you kids like air conditioning?
さあ、どうぞ。
He opened the back door and urged me inside. If I got in, I wouldn't have a very easy time getting out. If I said no, however, then this man might really handcuff me and take me away. I couldn't refuse. I could only accept in good grace. 104 with 24% humidity. Jesus! Yeah, that's a bit rough. Whew. Inside of the car had been cooled too much by the air conditioner, and there was a rusty smell coming from the filter, which must have been cleaned
あり
rarely.
ゃ、冷えすぎます？切りましょうか。
He turned off the engine and suddenly became quiet, and the voices of the Higurashi, with all their cool loneliness, snuck inside. Vegas is wet today, and not in the fun way. It's in that sweaty butt way, where it's just like, oh great, I've got swamp ass just from walking to get the mail. It sounded to me like a chorus of voices lamenting my exorbitant punishment for having harbored such foolish curiosity. For a few moments, while listening to those voices, I myself lamented the days that had been twisted and distorted since that night. Oishi-san, as if waiting for me to voluntarily begin talking, lit a cigarette and listened to the Higurashi. The silence became deafening, and I was the one who folded first.
捜査の方はどうなってるんですか？
捜査？何のですか？最近はいっぱいありすぎてどれのことやら。
全部です。
いいですよ。本当は報道管制の敷かれた秘密捜査なんですが、あなたには特別に聞かせてあげましょう。
What a nice guy. He's letting us in on it.
じゃあ、最初の事件からいきます。
The freak deaths of Tomitake-san and Takano-san on the night of the
こっ
Watanagashi.
ちはお恥ずかしいかな。さっぱり進展なしです。まずは富武さん。集団で暴行を受けた形跡はあるのですが、自分の喉をかき破るなんて異常な死に方の説明がつかないんです。何らかの薬物中毒を疑っているんですが、検出はされませんでした。
高野さんはどんな感じなんです？
同じくさっぱりです。焼死死体は検視が非常に困難でして、首を絞められた後にガソリンをかけられたんじゃないかと見ています。管轄がお隣の県警さんでね。あちらさん、自分たちの縄張りの事件だからってあんまり協力的じゃないんですよ。おっと、これは関係ない話ですね。
So the police didn't know anything other than the fact that the victims died
です
inexplicably.
が犯行時間はおおむねお祭りが終わった直後だろうと見ています。高野さんの方はちょっとあやふやですが、富武さんとほぼ同じ時刻に殺害され、山中に遺棄されたと考えるのが妥当でしょうな。
どうしてわざわざ遠くの山まで死体を運んだんでしょう？富武さんも同じように遠くへ運べばよかったのに。
ありゃ、前原さん、あなたなかなかどうして鋭いですね。もちろん私もそこは注目すべき点だと思っていますよ。他にもいくつか不審点はありますが、まあ現時点でお話しできるのはこのくらいです。
村長さんの方はどうですか？何か手がかりはありましたか？
Having exhausted that topic, I changed the subject. Otherwise, he might turn the conversation on
失
me.
踪された一日の足取りを調べました。手がかりになるようなものは見つかりませんでしたが、一応お話ししましょうか。
The mayor, Kiichiro Kimiyoshi. Apparently, he was suffering from severe hemorrhoids. Yo, he's got butt problems, just like John.
古い生まれの方って非常にプライドが高いんですよね。それで村長さん、誰にも内緒で鹿骨市内にある大学病院の肛門科に通われていたんです。
It's okay if you have hemorrhoids. It's just like, hey, man, you got your own little, you got your own personal little butt balloons that just pop out every now and again. And you're just like, look, I got butt balloons. It's fun times.
失踪当日、
On the day he disappeared.
村長さんは診察の予約が取ってあったんで、朝一で出かけられました。
Even if I knew the big hospitals, like university hospitals, had a really long waiting time. Apparently, people get in line hours beforehand, even if they have an
診
appointment.
察が終わったのは午後1時頃です。その後、病院内のレストランで軽食を取られ、雑誌を読みながら時間を潰されました。この辺りのことは自宅にあったお財布の中のレシートで分かってます。
I was treated poorly as a kid because I was always sick because I had undiagnosed celiac disease. Okay, so his exam ended at 1 p.m. After that, he ate a light meal at the hospital resident and passed time by reading a magazine. We know this because of a receipt we found in a wallet at his house. There was nothing suspicious at all
その
about
日
that.
は夕方から神社の集会場で会合の予定があったんです。それで余裕を持ってお帰りになるはずだったんですが、途中電車で人身事故がありましてね。
An accident.
どうもそれで足止めを食ってしまったらしく、家に着いたのは会合の時間の直前でした。ご家族が大慌てで神社の集会場に出かけていく村長さんを目撃しています。
会合ってのは何だったんですか？確かその会合の帰り道に失踪してるんですよね。
会合は御三家と町会の主要役員が集まってのものでした。今年も起こってしまった連続開始事件の対応について協議したものと思われます。
So then, on his way home, the old man who had treated Shion like his own daughter, he was a dependable person who would encourage Shion whenever she felt pressured by anxiety, and yet Shion's painful voice struck me right in the heart.
あれ？
どうなさいました？
I was taken aback how strange my own voice sounded. What was it that just surprised me? I squeezed my hands to try and drag back out what I had only realized for a split second. Remember, Keiichi Maibara, you just realized something important. The night of Watanagashi, that was when everything started. That night, Takano-san and Tamitake-san died. The next morning, word of the incident had spread throughout Hinamizawa. They planned to talk about it during the evening meeting. The mayor, however, had an appointment at the hospital, and as planned, he went there without telling his family. He got a checkup at the hospital. Oh, shit! The timeline's fucked up! He got a checkup at the hospital, ate something, and then there was an unexpected delay on his train ride back. When he returned, the meeting was already about to start. The mayor changed clothes, got on his bicycle, and hurried to the assembly hall at the shrine as fast as he could. From then he heard about the incident on the night of Watanagashi until when he showed up at the assembly hall. Everything he's doing that day was done in secret. During that time, nobody found out that he went to the hospital alone. He ate alone. And he got on the train alone. That all meant he had absolutely no contact with anyone else. You couldn't have even called him on the phone. Okay, but what does that mean? Come on, Keiichi, you are this close. Just grab the string. Why does that matter, Keiichi Maibara? Ah! Oh, I think you got it. Exactly. It makes no sense.
どうした？話せよ。
That's real good.
俺たちの
I
間で
forgot about
隠し事は
this.
なしだろ？
I forgot about this being an actual good little mystery there.
君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。
You did. You did. Did you tell old man Kimiyoshi everything? Did he tell you about his roids? Did he tell you about the butt balloons that he has? I told him everything. I told old man Kimiyoshi everything.
私、あの晩、最後でに忍び込んだこと。うちは誰かにそれを見られてて、私たちを狙っている人がいるって。
ああ。それで？
君吉のおじいちゃん、怒らなかった。そして、にっこり笑って、しおちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら、鬼隠しになんかなるものかって。
You're such a good
本当に
actress.
笑いながら任せなさい。
Sweat burst out of my body like bullets. They became one long strand and slid down from my forehead to my nose and fell. So then, what does it mean? Hey, Casey Maibara, no more playing dumb. When did she tell him? Shion said she learned of the incident from the phone call her father had made that morning. The mayor had left the house first thing in the morning for his appointment at the hospital. He didn't tell anybody he was going. Nobody knew about him going to the university hospital. Furthermore, his train ride back to his house was delayed by an accident. As soon as he got home, he rushed out to the assembly hall. Then a meeting at the assembly hall began, and it continued until it was dark out. Then everyone left. Nobody saw him after the meeting was over. He just disappeared. Yeah, the good VA adds a whole lot to this. Which meant, come on, you're not a dummy, come on!
前原さん、大丈夫ですか？やっぱり暑いならクーラー入れますよ。
Another part of me was messing with my thoughts, demanding that I didn't think any further than that. My head was pounding violently, and the fluids packed inside it all blended together until nothing made sense. It was just about to settle, yet it had been smashed and melted in the blink of an eye, no longer able to return its
前
shape.
原さん、もしもし。
はい。
Oishi-san lit another cigarette. There was yet another cigarette butt packed in the ashtray. Was it displaying the passage of time? Had my thoughts been frozen for that long?
私、知ってる限りのことを話したつもりです。お返しに、今度は前原さんの話を聞かせてもらってもいい？
My mind had become a gigantic oozing mess. My brain felt like it had been totally minced by the blades of a blender, and I couldn't think.
ほらほら、また黙り込む。もし誤解があるようなら先に解いておきたいんですがね。私は別にあなたが犯人だなんて思っちゃいないんです。
Oishi-san gave me his best attempt at an adult
あの
smile.
晩、あなたたち4人が西宮殿に忍び込んだことは知っています。次の日にはもう村の知る人は誰でも知る噂になってましたからね。それ自体は不法侵入として問われるべきことですが、問題はそれじゃない。そこで何があったかなんです。忍び込んだ人間が次々と犠牲になるような何があったのか。
何もなかったです。
As soon as I said it, I regretted confirming my presence there, but I knew it didn't matter
本当
anymore.
に何もなかったんですか？
Yep, he's revealing
だっ
it.
て現にこうして中に入った人たちが次々と犠牲になってるんですよ。
He's tipping his hand.
しかも扉の鍵を付け替えた村長やリカさんまで犠牲に。それだけの事態を引き起こす何があの中にあったんです？
I was far too tired of keeping quiet about this. Perhaps that was Oishi-san's goal all along, but then again, it didn't matter
大
anymore.
昔に使った拷問道具がたくさんしまってありました。それを高野さんたちと見て回りました。
本当にそれだけ？
本当にそれだけです。
口封じをされるようなとんでもないものが隠してあったんじゃないですか？例えば覚醒剤の山とか。
Y'all ran into my big old pile of psychoactive drugs while you were in there? It was just bootleg Nintendo
消し
games.
の秘密工場があったとか。
They have copies of Super Mario Brothers. And Yoshi's Island.
あるいはソ連か中国あたりの拳銃が山ほど積まれていた。
Yeah, he's being real logical in a really weird way. Yeah, mountains of Soviet and Chinese
不
handguns.
審な木箱やコンテナが山積みされてませんでしたか？
There was nothing as exaggerated as what Oishi-san was hoping for, but I feel like in a way there were plenty of terrible things hidden in there. From the perspective of someone who viewed the storehouse as sacred, whether or not I thought I had seen some crazy things didn't matter in the slightest. The four of us broke the taboo. Punish us. That should have been what
あ
happened.
の西宮殿に何か秘密があるんじゃないかと思って捜査令状を請求したんですがね。もう 風前絶後の妨害工作がありまして、信仰の対象に対する侮辱であり、憲法で定めた信仰の自由をなんたらかんたら。いやもうだから実際に入ったあなたに聞くほかはなかったんですよ。
本当に古い錆びて埃をかぶった拷問道具しかなかったです。他に目立つものなんて何もなかったです。
では富武さんたちが殺されたのは禁忌を破ったからという制裁だけなんですかね。
Yeah, like this is so twisty and turny, but in such a good way. I didn't have an answer for the only part.
もういちいち隠しませんけどね。あなただけが今日まで被害を免れてるんです。
You're the only one to escape harm so far.
あなた以外は全員が消えたのに、あなただけが無事なんです。
Uh-huh.
あなたが無事で、あなた以外が被害に遭う。どんな違いがあったのか。
What?
それが知りたいんです。
What? No, that can't be right. There was something wrong with what Oishi-san was saying. You alone. What?
ちょっと待ってください。あなただけがってどういう意味ですか？
ですからあなただけが最後の生き残りなんじゃないですか。
Oh shit!
西宮殿に忍び込んだコソ泥4人組の
The only one left alive. Hold on. Shion was
あの
still...
晩に富武二郎さんと高野美代さんが死に、翌日園崎志音さんが失踪しました。
What?
あなただけが無事に今日までを過ごしてるんです。なぜあなただけなのか。私はそれが知りたいと言ってるんです。
シオンが失踪したって？
What?
そんなバカな。
I unintentionally raised my voice, but I didn't care about that. Tomitaki-san died, Takano-san died, and Shion disappeared? When did she disappear? What is this guy talking about?
特にご存知だったとばかり。
そんなのは初めて聞いた。シオンが失踪した？いつ？
遡ると渡長氏の次の日に失踪していたことになります。
Hello? Going back a bit. Stop saying stuff I don't
園崎志音
understand.
さんはその日の気分で親類の家を泊まり歩いたりしますので、所在不明が当たり前なんですよ。学校も気分一つでよく休みますしね。先生も困り果ててました。
そんなことは聞いてない。シオンはいつ失踪したかって聞いてるんだ。
I don't know if you caught what's going on, Taylor, at all. Shion's been missing since the day after Watanagashi. We're just now finding this out.
ですから渡長氏の次の日です。
What is going on? The fluids in my body all reversed direction. I lost my sense of balance and everything I could see started to warp and twist out of shape. I simply couldn't endure it. Hang on. Shion had already disappeared. Then, that night, that phone call. Who was on the phone? She called me every night. She encouraged me. We vowed that we would do our best to live on and not be erased. Yes, that should have been the phone call with Shion. It should have been a phone call with Shion.
学校は平気で休むし、それを自宅に知らせても取り合ってもらえないから、学校もいちいち電話しない。そんなこんなで、彼女が失踪したことに気づくのに、だいぶ時間がかかったんですよ。
I felt a stabbing pain like needles were being pushed into every pore of my body. It started on my back and began spreading throughout the rest of me. When it completely covered the surface of my skin, it began to worm its way inside of my stomach as well.
覚えてませんか？渡流しの次の日に私たち図書館でお会いしたでしょう。あの時シオンさんもいましたよね。あれが最後の目撃なんです。あの後彼女の所在は確認されてないんです。
そんなバカな、そんなバカな。
The day Oishi-san had only caught me, and Shion bounded away, lying that she needed to go to work. Didn't she call me that
エンジェル
night?
モートっていうファミレスのバイトですよね。あの日から無断欠勤です。今日に至るまで全てを無断欠勤してるんです。お店の人も連絡を取ろうにも取れず困りきってましたよ。
そんなバカな、そんなバカな。
状況証拠だけですがね。図書館でお別れしてからバイト先に向かうまでこの間に失踪したと考えるのが妥当でしょうね。
The sound engineer discovered the flanger.
ご存知なかったみたいですね。なら先に話せばもっと話が早かったかな。もうこれでご理解いただけたでしょう。
I understand, but I don't like the implication.
あとはあなただけなんです。
Oh, that's real
あなただけが
fucked.
西宮殿に忍び込んだ4人の生き残りなんです。
It couldn't be. It just couldn't
次に
be.
何か起こるとすればそれは前原さんどうかご理解を。
It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Shion had already disappeared? That couldn't be. It couldn't be. I talked to her the day before yesterday. I talked to her last night. She was going to call me again today. That was Shion on the phone. Shion on the phone. It was from Shion. It was from Shion.
シオンさんはとっくに失踪してるんです。
Oh,
次
wow.
はあなたなんですよ。
Then who was on the phone these past nights? Who was on the phone these past nights? Who was on the phone these past nights?
そんなバカな。
Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Things are getting... Whoo! Woo! 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 All right, it's evening time. Shion has to call us tonight, right? This phone, this phone, this phone, this phone, this phone. I lay down on the couch and stayed there dazed for a while. My mind was completely blank. I couldn't think about anything more than a few seconds. There was a note in the house saying that Mom and Dad would be home late and that I should just have some ramen or something for dinner. This fucking scene, oh boy. I could make it whenever I got hungry, but I had no appetite. I just stared blankly at the ceiling without eating anything. The hands of the clock were already pointing at 10. Would I get another phone call like that today? Even though Shion had already disappeared. Would she call me? Man, why don't we call Rena and talk about this? Feels like this is something we should be talking to her about too. Where were they calling me from and who were they? The more I thought about it, the more I started to tremble. I even thought about just disconnecting the phone line. If I had been thinking a little less logically, I really would have done it too. Hold on, Keiichi Maibara. Oishi-san admitted himself, didn't he? That Shion went missing a lot. Couldn't she have just gone to relatives that Oishi-san didn't know about and had been there ever since? Shion and I were both being targeted by somebody, so it wouldn't be strange to think that she went somewhere she usually didn't in order to hide. That must be why Oishi-san couldn't locate her, and why he labeled her a disappearance. Yes, that has to be it. Shion hadn't disappeared at all. Then my right hand moved of its own volition and slapped me on the cheek. Its cold sting let me calm down a little. Alright, we got this all figured out.
そうよく考えすぎるなよ。
He's got his brain going. He's got it now. He's trying to think logically about this. I knew I didn't want to admit she disappeared. Admitting it would mean that something terrifying was definitely happening. I just needed to figure out where Shion was. I had to figure out whether Shion was the one on the phone or not. When I asked her if she was actually Shion, it seemed like an incredibly absurd thing to do.
逃げるな、ケイチ。
If the person on the other end still believed that I thought she was Shion, then that gave me a tiny advantage. Casually, completely casually, I would listen to what she had to say and fend her off. I would tear the skin off the monster. It would definitely be scary for me. However, as the last survivor of the people who went into the storehouse that night, this was my duty to perform. Still, then who? Who would call me and pretend to be Shion? I may have only heard her over the phone, but her voice shouldn't be that easy to replicate. That was definitely Shion's voice. It sounded just like her. It could have only been Shion. There was someone, though, wasn't there? Someone who sounded just like Shion. Mion. Who else could have done this? At this point, seriously, after all this time, all those little things that didn't quite make sense about Mion until now overwhelmed my mind. Like being questioned about sneaking into the ritual storehouse and how she shook the ladder while spouting curses. This took you too long to come up with. Yeah, right? Who else? Who else could have? Why, though? Why would Mion... I thought back to the things about the Sonozaki family that I had heard from Oishi-san and Shion. Mion was always estranged in the incidents, in a position where she was omnipotent. Some of the information included things that Shion had told me after she disappeared. I madly scratched at my head. Courage. Give me the courage. Just a little bit of courage to pick up the phone. I know it will ring tonight. It would be so easy to run away. That, though, would be the same as making it easy for them to erase me. I cannot run. I must stand up and face it. After all, the next sacrifice would definitely be me. I was sure Shion would use his tricky words to try and trap me. Be careful. Be careful. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to do this. 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 Some good visual noveling here, by the way. Ding dong, bing bong. At that point, it rang. The phone rang and I didn't know where the call was coming from. Shion had disappeared. Disappeared a long time ago. Disappeared the night after Watanagashi. Yet, until today, she had been calling me like nothing happened. Now again tonight. The people that had disappeared, their corpses simply hadn't been found. I really didn't think that they were alive. So if it really was Shion on the other end, then did that mean that she was calling me from another world? Of course that couldn't be. A living being was calling me, pretending to be Shion. Shion was long gone. And yet, as though she were alive and well, the phone continued as its incessant ringing. I didn't want to pick it up if I didn't have to. I had just concluded, though, that not doing so wouldn't solve anything. If only there was caller ID, right? Just a few years later, we would have been able to get our way out of this. Then what do I do after I answered it? Would I immediately declare she wasn't Shion and ask who she was? Alternatively, would I pretend that I was still fooled and try to grab her by the tail?
一番安全かもしれないよな。
What I was most afraid of was what the person on the phone would do when she realized I knew she wasn't Shion. However, as long as I continued to let her think I was fooled, she wouldn't do anything extreme, right? If I just make sure to be careful, that should be the safest option. I've made up my mind. I'll answer the phone. Once I do that, I'll talk to her as if nothing happened. That wasn't all I'd do this time, though. I'd scope her out. Who was she? What was she thinking? And what was she after? Yeah, like a good 10 years later. Like, this is like 800 rings now. Somebody would... Like, you have to give up at some point. She really wants this call. Why was she doing this? Was she really the one who killed Tomitaki-san and Takano-san? What happened to the mayor? What happened to Rika-chan and Satoko? I reached out for the receiver, my arm trembling. There were too many things I wanted to know, too many things I wanted to ask. I was scared. I'd start by picking up the phone. Pick it up, Keiichi. Pick it up, Keiji. We did it!
Moshi moshi.
We did it! We picked up the phone! Oh, how relieved I would have been if it hadn't been a call from Shion.
ケイちゃんですか？
Hey, you! Hi! How's it going, Buttercup? How you doing tonight? You sleeping well? Heard you're sleeping really well as of late. Like a nice long sleep. Heard you're just getting them good Z's.
私です。シオンです。
My momentary convenient and above all fleeting prediction was ripped into 1,000 pieces. I couldn't help shaking at this point. Get ready for this.
電話、なかなか出なかったんで、お留守かと思って
Oh, you were about to hang up after the 815th ring. Right, I get you.
ごめん。ちょっとお風呂に入っててさ。
それでも、ご家族の方が電話を取りませんか？ひょっとして、ケイちゃんの家、今ご両親のお留守なんですか？
Don't answer that. I failed. I let her in on a fatal piece of information that I was currently the only one at
い
my
や
house.
別に留守ってわけじゃ。そんなことより。
Anyway,
聞いたか？リカちゃんと佐藤の
about
件。
Rika-chan and Satoko. Hey, about garbage goblin and cute girl.
結局、あの後どうなったんですか？見つかったんですか？
ああ、見つからなかった。
ケイちゃん、どうか気を落とさないで。
If Oishi-san hadn't let me know, then I might have allowed myself to shed a tear or two at Shion's considerate words. Instead, now that I had come to this, I couldn't take her words at face value. This person on the other end of the receiver, the more perfect to Shion they were, the more my blood curdled in
リカ
fear.
ちゃんと佐藤はさらわれたんだよな。
はい。それは間違いないでしょうね。
Just how cruel and grave a meaning did those words hold? Their weight astonished me, and then a moment later I was overcome with numbness and felt like I would pass out. I had asked if Rika-chan and Satoko had been kidnapped. Shion, in turn, had answered that there wasn't much doubt. The cruel meaning behind her
リカちゃん
words.
と佐藤は。いや、ごめん。村長さんはさらわれてどうなったと思う？まだ生きてるんだろうか？
What happened to Rika-chan and Satoko after they were kidnapped? That's what I wanted to ask, but I frantically caught myself. What if she had given that question a terrifying response in such a way to sound like she had nothing to do with her? I was scared of that, so I immediately brought up the mayor. That said, however much I talked about the mayor. Oh. Just onto it,
おい
huh?
おい、そんなにあっさり。
Like how the narration there got cut off by her speaking. I didn't advance that on its own, so it actually made me jump.
人間をさらって、その状態を維持するのってとても大変なことだと思います。人質にするんでもない限り、ヨンが済んだら殺しちゃうのが一番合理的じゃないかと。
The world started to bend so much I almost lost my balance. The scenery in my eyes whirled around and around like the hands of a clock and tried to swallow me whole from below. I frantically put a hand on the wall to support myself. A moment later, a severe nausea welled up within me. How is she saying such things so lightly?
殺しちゃうってそんなにあっさり。
Oh, this is a tune.
人の命を何だと思ってやがるんだ。
Oh, there's a lot of dissonance here that just makes you feel real weird inside.
恐ろしいことだとは思いますが、多分そうではないかと。
If the mayor was killed, then that meant the same had happened to Rika-chan and Satoko. Oh, it's MIDI as hell. Yeah, this is one of the tracks that they replaced, I think. No, that couldn't. They weren't some random old man. It was Rika-chan. It was Satoko. They couldn't kill them so
リカ
readily.
様とサトコちゃんも同じだと思った方がいいでしょうね。
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is bad. Those were the words I wanted to hear the least, and I forgot, and I fought them back with a scream of my own, even though it wouldn't change anything. Still, couldn't help but scream. This time, the tears flowed. I had been confronted with the most horrific outcome that I'd been trying to avoid considering ever since last night, and I cried. There was no longer any doubt that it was my fault. I killed them. I killed Rika-chan and Satoko. I succumbed to the weakness of my own heart and confessed everything to Rika-chan. That's why they were killed. That meant I killed them. When Rika-chan looked at me with those innocent eyes, if only I hadn't given in. Even my voice gave out, and yet I still cried. And cried. Rika-chan and Satoko, they've been killed. We couldn't even find their remains. I would never be allowed to even apologize to their faces. If that was to be my punishment, then how brutal a punishment it was. I think Shion tried to comfort me, but I didn't hear any of it. Shion was shouting, imploring me with a voice that sounded like tears were in her eyes. However, I was coming to hate the sound of that voice more and more. All she does is make noise! This Shion killed them. I had no doubts that this person had killed them. Why? Why?
どうして人をさらったり殺したりするんだよ。たたりだかなんだか知らないが、人の命ってのはそんなに安いのかよ。あっさり消したり殺したり。え
え、全くです。悪魔ですよね。
It would take a demon. I felt like crushing the receiver in my hand. How long did this person plan on acting like it was someone else's problem? There was magma in the pit of my stomach, and it felt like I was going to erupt at any moment.
教えてくれ。どうしてこの北見沢では綿流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのにどうしてまだたたり足りないんだ。どうしてだよ。どうして。理由があるなら言ってみろよ。
I was incoherent at this point. My emotions had broken through the dam inside of me, rushing forth, and I couldn't stop them. This is so fucking tense, dude! I'm sitting here and like my whole body is just tense right now. These were not simple questions. This was an interrogation. Shion herself hadn't realized it yet. It was just too funny. It was so funny that I couldn't stop crying.
私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に終わったんです。なのに毎年お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。なぜ？どうしてなんですか？
Yeah, why is it happening, Shion? Why?
全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに、どうして？どうして？
それを俺が聞いてるんだ。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。
Both of our ragged breaths could be heard over the phone.
お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは初めから存在しません。ケイちゃんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返している。奴らは狡猾でした。たたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが殺された。
じゃあ2人で十分じゃねえかよ。どうして村長やリカちゃんやサトコまで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。それに俺は過去のことは今さらどうでもいいんだ。リカちゃんとサトコがなぜ殺されなくちゃならなかったのか、その一点にしか興味はないんだ。どうしてなんだ。サトコには打ち明けてすらないんだぞ。
Ooh.
どうして貞子まで
Ooh.
どうしてなんだ
A silence fell between us. Shion didn't answer for a while.
もういじめないでください。
Oh, would you? Oh, I would have strangled the phone. A sob. A sob. A sob. Poor little Shion. A little sob. Stands for son of a bitch. Was Shion crying?
私だって何が何だかわからないんです。最後殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。
It was the same for me. As I listened to Shion's bitter weeping, I could feel my agitation subsiding.
高野さんたちが死んだと聞き、耳を疑いました。そしてすぐに気づいたんです。今度は自分が狙われる立場になったんだって。忍び込んだのは私たち4人。私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがない。そう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったか、ケイちゃんにはわかりますよね。
There was nothing fake about her words. She'd even understood how I
だから
felt.
私、君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。私はみんなが入ってはいけないという最後殿に面白半分な気持ちで踏み入ってしまいました。いけないことだとは分かっていましたが、本当に面白半分な気持ち、ちょっとした探検気分のつもりだったんです。一緒に入った高野さんたちはその後すぐに殺されてしまいました。それもあんなむごい最後、あの日からいつ私も襲われるのではないかと怯えています。
Have you been living in fear? She's been living in... Shion's been living in fear, chat. Aww. Aww. Poor Shion.
君吉のおじいちゃんしか助けてくれる人がいません。
F for Shion's widow. Feels? Oh, it's so bad. It is a
君
cute
吉のお
skirt.
じいちゃん、怒らなかった。そしてにっこり笑ってしおんちゃんがちゃんと反省してる
Look
なら
at her go, man. Just look at her go. She's real good.
本当に笑いながら任せなさいって。
Oh, what did you do? What'd you do? You're unbanned, John. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, what did John do? What did John do? I mean, I always think it's funny to just in general, mod abuse John anyway, because it's funny, but it was very substantive, yes. Shion cried bitterly, recalling the beloved mayor's death. It was such a sad voice that none who heard it could prevent it from twisting their hearts. Again, I had let my emotions take over and go off at her. She was in the same situation as me. She should have been my one and only comrade. Exact! My heart pounded. My other self, deep within my mind, whispered to me, "Don't forget, Keiichi Maebara, don't forget the mayor. On the morning after Watanagashi, he was told of Takano-san and Tomitaki-san's death over the phone and committed to a meeting that evening. He went to the hospital appointment. He did not tell his family. He'd only made it back just in time for the meeting. He went straight to the assembly hall." That was what Oishi-san said.
いつ
Uh-oh, he's gonna do it! Did our boy get balls? Is he gonna do it?
村長に打ち明けたんだよ。
Oh?
ごめんな、シオン。悲しい気持ちのところに追い打ちをかけるようで、シオンは打ち明けたんだよな。君吉のおじいちゃん、つまり村長に。
はい。
いつ打ち明けたんだよ。
When? Come on! This should not be a hard question to answer. I began to get scared of saying it aloud after hearing her sad voice. I wasn't saying it in a contradictory way, to be contradictory though. Besides, if there was a contradiction, then I wanted Shion to explain it to
村
me.
長さんは重い痔を患ってて、病院にかかっていたという話は知ってるか？
ケイちゃん、
Uh-oh.
それが何か。
答えてくれ。知らないなら知らないと答えればいい。
There was a momentary silence. Then, after stammering a few times, she replied,
痔だったのは
Okay, you did.
座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
病院に通ってたんだ。どこの病院かは知ってるよな？
ごめんなさい、それはちょっと知りませんけど。でもケイちゃん、それが一体何の。
Shion didn't know what hospital the mayor went to. That meant it was impossible for her to have gone all the way to the hospital to confess everything. Since she didn't know his destination, then she obviously couldn't have seen him on the train either. If there was any other chance for her to contact him, it would have been after he came to Hinamizawa. The train, however, had been delayed, and he only got back right before the meeting was about to start. He didn't have time. There wouldn't have been enough time for him to listen to Shion spill the
単刀
beans.
直入に聞きたいんだ。シオンはいつ村長に打ち明けたんだ？どこで？いつ？大雑把でいいから教えてほしいんだ。
He's literally like, give me any fucking reason to believe you. Anything!
ケイちゃん、なんでそんなことを。
That's an easy question to answer. Come on. You could... Wow. Her sob pierced into my ears. I was taken by the illusion that I was bullying her. Even so, I'll say it. If I'm wrong, then please correct me. Please prove to me that you're the real
ありえないん
Shion.
だよ。村長が失踪した日、朝から消えるまで、シオンには接触できる機会はありえないんだ。
そんな。
村長は朝一で誰にも内緒の大学病院へ一人で診察に出かけた。シオンは今この病院を知らないと言った。だから帰ってくるまで村長と接触することはできないはずだ。そうだろう。帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった。つまり会合が始まるまでの時間にも打ち明ける時間的余裕はないんだ。
I heard Shion repeating her weak sobs. That sort of feminine voice automatically ripped into my heart. It was so painful for me to say
シオ
it.
ンも一緒に会合に出たのか？そして会合の席上で
He's trying to give her every... Oh, God. He really just wants to believe... He wants to believe so much. He's giving her an answer.
ここで打
Oh.
ち明けなきゃもう時間がないもんな。村長は帰宅途中で失踪するんだから。
Shion went to the meeting, didn't she? Did she or didn't she? The question was so simple to answer, but she didn't give me an immediate response.
実は会合に
あの日シオンが行くと言ったバイトすら君は欠勤してるんだ。もっと端的に言おう。君は俺と一緒に行った図書館以降誰にも目撃されていない。
Woo!
ケイちゃん、
園崎シオンは Watanagashiの翌日に失踪したんだ。
The other end fell silent as the grave. It was so quiet that it was like the phone cord had been cut. I couldn't sense anyone
大
there.
石さんは君がすでに失踪していると言っているんだ。でもシオンはこうして毎晩俺に電話をかけてきてくれただろ。
Xian's sobs were torturing me. Still, I'm pretty sure I haven't said anything
頼む
wrong.
シオン、俺が言ったことが間違ってるならそうだと言ってくれ。シオン、頼むから。シオン、お前は村長に会ってなんかないんだ。もし会ったとしたなら。
If Xian ever did have the chance to meet with the mayor on that day, then that
村
meant
長が会合を終えた後、すなわち失踪する直前、もしくは失踪してからしかありえないんだ。
Oh dear God! Oh dear! There it is! There it is! Oh my! Things have gotten a little off kilter. She's laughing. That's not really a laughing matter. Beep. Beep. Went the dial tone. I stood there dazed for a while until I realized she had hung up on me. And chapter. Ooh, did that just suck? Oh my God! Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Scrapbook 11 and at Suzu Mahjong Parlor. We got ourselves. She knows his parents aren't home. Woo! All right, new tips. What do we got? Scrapbook part 11. The problem with twins. This is not limited to just Hinamizawa, but in Otogafuchi village especially, the three families detested giving birth to twins as successors. The long-term dictatorship built on the precarious balance of the three families must have feared collapsing under the weight of internal strife from things like family quarrels. According to literature, if twins were born, they had to be culled. With that, the very fact that both Sonozaki family's successor, Mion Sonozaki, and her twin, Shion, are alive is, in itself, deeply interesting. Perhaps the current leader, Oryo, is sympathetic. Of course, the twins were not cared for equally, and as the heir, Mion received special treatment. From what I've heard, despite the two of them looking exactly the same on the outside, the talent lies solely with Mion. My own observations of the two of them don't leave me with that impression. Tradition dictates that the leader of the Sonozaki family is said to inherit the demon, and they tattoo a magnificent one onto his or her back. In accordance with the tradition, there is an extremely high possibility that Mion has such a tattoo on her back. From what I've heard, there are apparently a magnificent demon tattooed on Orio's back as well. Then I wonder what sort of tattoo belongs to the heir Mion. I really want to see her back. Interesting. Interesting. You're gonna need something stupid and fluffy to calm you down. And at the Suzu Mahjong Parlor. Reserved for the day, Suzu Mahjong Parlor.
あんりゃ、クラちゃん、あんたが一番遅いよ。若い人はみんな揃ってる。
じゃあお母さん、すみませんね。
Oishi handed over a convenience store bag with a carton of cigarettes in it to the old lady who owned the mahjong parlor, and she shrewdly made herself scarce. She was used to this by now.
Oishi-san, お疲れ様っす。
I'm all for a good back. Not wrong there.
3までもやってりゃよかったのに。
Everyone sitting at the mahjong tables of the small parlor were Oishi's subordinates, but there were no tiles laid out
皆さ
anywhere.
ん、連日の不眠不休の捜査、本当にお疲れ様です。
よし。
Energetic responses filled the parlor. Already it had lost the atmosphere of a place of
状
entertainment.
況は芳しくありません。所長が園崎系議員の恫喝に屈したそうです。近日中に高野殺しはお隣の県警さんに譲り、村長たちの失踪は行方不明扱いで生活課に委ねるようです。
The damn upstart chief. The veterans in the room cursed
請
him.
求した令状も全て却下されました。課長からは園崎家界隈には近づくなとまで言われています。いやいや困ったもんです。
I've never played mahjong. It's something that I have vested interest in though, but I've just never really gotten the time to learn it and play it.
ちなみに私には来週から警視庁への研修命令が出るそうです。その後は余った有給を伊豆で消化しろとまで言われています。
Damn, they're just like getting him the fuck out of here because he's getting too close to something.
そういうのも悪くないですね。
He heard a few dry laughs. It wasn't anything to laugh about, but that was all they could
いつ
do.
もそうですが、事件と車のキーの閉じ込めはよく似ています。開けるための鍵はいつもその中に閉じ込められているんです。車なら修理業者を呼んで扉をこじ開ける。事件なら熊ちゃん、図面を。
Kumagai flipped over the whiteboard. On the back was a map of the Sonozaki premises made with
私も
magnets.
ずーっとこの商売をやってます。勘には自信があるつもりですがね。
This was chapter 11, I
今
believe,
回
yeah.
ばかりは外れるかもしれませんよ。
The next chapter is the last. I think it is a doozy of a chapter. It's going to be a very long evening tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do it tomorrow after we record the Manson cast. I'm just going to go in probably a half hour, an hour afterward, and just roll with it until we're done. So it's going to be a long one, but it'll be a Saturday night, so it'll be fine.
退職金が欲しい方は私が10数える間に席を外してください。
Oh, you play on Switch now. Nice. Oishi began to count to 10, and everyone counted along with him. It was their famous 10-count resolution.
10! ああ、誰も出てかないよ。
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of podcasting and streaming this weekend. I'm probably going to wrap up this and then the game of the year. And then I'm probably just going to take next week off entirely, I think. Depending. If Tatari Goroshi pulls me in and I want to start it, I'll just fucking do it because again, this story's fantastic. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's been fun being this active again on streaming and all of this fun stuff though, so it's not bothering me as much to do it this often. So
皆さん、ご家族はもっと大切にしてくださいよ。
Everybody laughed uproariously, cheering
各
things
自
up.
手元の資料を確認。監視カメラの所在と資格を叩き込んでください。クマちゃんは指揮者で待機。
I'm starting a night in the woods tomorrow on my own time. I'm not streaming that obviously, but I'm going to be playing that. And then we're going to do the Manson cast, and then we're going to dive in and do this.
非常時は私に代わって指揮をお願いしますよ。
I think Ghosty's going to be playing it too, so I'll be basically playing it back and forth with her, kind of having to discuss. That'll be fun. I haven't played a game together in tandem with somebody since this now, and doing that, so that'll be fun.
小宮山君は突入 A 班、淳君は突入 B 班を指揮。
Yeah, I want to play that too. That one looks right up my alley, honestly. Next, we need to stream Higabana. Oh, yeah, no Soko no Yoru ni. Yeah, I know this tip is probably important. I'm paying attention. Yeah, they're setting up, in case the big shit
監視班
goes
は1か
down.
ら8まで所定の位置で監視を。ボンチ君はタイムテーブルを厳守。
Or they're setting up the big shit going
署に
down.
怪しまれないようローテを管理してください。さて、 待機中の班が一番大仕事ですよ。課長に私の所在を聞かれたらとぼけてください。ゲストのエスコート役は私がやります。きっと会場へ連れて行きますので、皆さん気長に待っててください。
Yeah, we are gonna get used. I bet I know who our guest is. That's what we call. It's what we call bait. Yep. Boy, it's gonna be bait.
私の見たところじゃ、明日明後日には行けそうですよ。
Yep. That's probably gonna go okay. It'll be fine. You got the cops on your side. What could possibly go wrong? Right? Yep. That was chapter 11. Domo. Alright. So that's going to do it for us tonight. But like I said, gonna have to watch the Twitter to see when I go live tomorrow, because I'm gonna go live probably an hour or so after we finish recording the next Manson cast, and we're just gonna go until we're finished. So it's probably gonna be about 3 or 4 hours or so, depending on how long we kind of go through this. And the last chapter, there's an epilogue, and then you've got the post wrap cast party thing. So there's a lot to do tomorrow, but it's a Saturday evening and we've got a lot of time to do it, so we will just fucking do it. So thanks everybody for coming out. It's been a blast. Can't wait to get back here and start wrapping this up tomorrow. This is going to be a fantastic climax. It's just building so fucking well. The tension is there. I hope to catch you all there along with us. But while we're here, let's take a moment. See who's streaming. See who we can toss you on over to. See if we got any pals that could use a little love. And then we'll get out of here for the night. Dolls is playing East 8. He's on chapter 3. He's playing as the lovely and wonderful Donna. So we're going to go watch Dolls play East 8, because that game is very good. So, drop that there. And we will catch you tomorrow for the conclusion. Much love, everybody. Thanks again for coming out.